Who is Randy? Don't bring anyone mother into this. Your mom in the fucking stand!
That's what kind of changed for us, is that we started just saying no, the power of no, and then listing crazy fucking numbers. We're like, we'll do it for $1 million. They're like, okay.
Okay.
Dude. And you're like, wait, what?
What?
That's all it takes? And a private jet there and back. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
okay. Dude, the jet is everything. We started doing that last year. Hard flex on you guys, but like,
no, this is what I'm talking about. This is why you're here.
I mean, you got your jet though, dude. Let's be fair.
The balloon jet.
I got the balloon jet. And listen.
And the chain.
The chain's nice. It's a good step in the right direction. I've been chartering buses for a while.
Okay, let's talk bus talk now.
Let's talk bus talk.
I did a few jet charters. It's amazing. I just want her to sign off on the card where I buy the hours, you know?
Do you do that?
No. So like we do that would be smart actually. But we have a friend who bought a bus and then rents it out to his friends and other friends.
Oh, okay.
So we got spoiled with that.
But you charter it though.
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And how about the plane? What's your favorite plane? Let's talk planes.
Oh, you want to talk planes?
Yeah,
G5?
yeah.
You want to go G5?
Have you been chartering G5s?
We have.
Fuck.
Wait, what's so special about a G5?
It's like fucking $60 million.
Yeah, but no. So we go through a company and they give us deals because of how we use it, and it's also through, like, when you're in the industry, you have friends of friends who are managers of managers of friends and stuff. It's like very incestuous. Incestuous? Is that right?
Yeah, that's
I don't
the
know.
word.
Incestuous.
Yeah.
But everybody knows each other, is like in business with each other, so you just make a call, and if you have a good enough crew that are trustworthy, they're going to get you a deal. So our guy, shout out to Tony Marino and Zach Hall.
What's up,
for doing it. And it just makes it like easier, honestly.
It's the best, right?
It's the absolute best.
It is.
I mean, how could it?
When you're doing that kind of business, you do.
For sure.
Homie, but to own it, bro?
No, we don't own.
You want the card.
You want to do a renting thing.
Let's talk about the next tour. Let's talk about...
let's talk bus etiquette.
Yeah.
So what's the number one rule that you were told when you have a bus?
You don't make chocolate on the bus.
That's damn right. And I'm glad that we have the same start to the language.
Apparently, I've heard that the new is they have like a grinder thing in
this
there.
is what I want to talk about.
Yeah,
you can drop bombs.
So I just had a bus this last tour that had that. Would never drop a bomb on it because of what the grinder is. Now, a grinder... It sounds convincing, like it's gonna mash it all up and it'll disappear the shit, whatever. Dude, it's more of a masher. So it just mashes it. That's what I'm saying.
Wait.
It mashes it and rinses it. It doesn't really grind it. Mashes and rinses.
It mashes the brown into
not,
like a paste?
Kinda.
Wait, you didn't shit on it, or you did?
No. Because I mean, even if you shit on it, it's still going to be stored in a liquidy form.
I'm doing a state-of-the-art bus at the end of this month.
See, you can get the ones that grind it and then shit it right out and like put it through its own filter so it doesn't stink.
Yeah.
So it sits in its own tank.
That's what I was going to ask.
But that's expensive too to like.
So you're telling me you make the brown into soup, but then doesn't that make it smell more? It pushes the particles everywhere, the brown smells.
You would think so, but the water is the thing that dissipates the smell when you're shitting into a toilet. So I don't know.
Wow.
See, the crazy thing about it is...
ask Dr. Drew.
I think we need to try it out. I think we all need to shit.
We do.
On top of maybe I don't know. What would stack this shit?
Why don't we just get a bus to pull up here right now and go,
Zach,
go for a ride?
Zach, we need that.
The fucking thing is, you know what's weird? Like, 'cause people who don't know is like when you get on most of these buses, the drivers, first of all, they're always like super nice.
Oh yeah.
A lot of times they're Southern, and they'll be like, "Well, I would not make a solid.
A solid.
If you do, it'll come through the vents.
Oh my God.
And we'll just deal with it. But it's probably emergency only." Then you're like, "All right." So then you're like, for my busy weeks, we're doing 2 shows in a city, and then
wait, 2 shows in a day or 2 shows?
2 shows that night, right?
Oh wow.
So like 2 shows every night. So I'm saying, like, it might be, what'll happen is it'll be Friday night and I'm in Chicago, and late show ends, it's 12:31 in the morning. I maybe ate dinner right after that show, and then you're like, all right, and they're like, we're going to Nashville. Like, you get on the bus, you're like chilling, and you're like, I'm gonna go to sleep, right? And like, I'm finally, after a couple hours, then you're like, nah, I gotta take a shit, bro. And then it's like 2 in the morning or something. You're like, come on. Like, that's when you're like, there's a no shit rule on this thing.
Wait, but then what do you do when you got to brown it too?
You have to pull over.
No, I tell you what you do. I had to do this one time. Not what you do, not like do this. This is like the worst way to do it. But on our first bus tour ever in the States, I had to shit so bad.
Yeah.
And so I took a plastic bag. They gave me like an old Vons bag. Stacked it into the toilet.
Yep.
Sat on it, shit into it, wrapped it up, threw it out the window.
Yep.
out the window, bro.
Glittered like a boss, dude.
Yeah, that's the baller move. And
It
by the
was
way, if I
super
was a
baller.
cop, I'd have pulled them over and been like, "Oh, is that Brendon Urie? What's up, dog?" And then just let him go.
Not back then. You've been like, who's this fucking?
You forgot
Who the
this.
fuck is this guy?
God
You forgot.
damn.
You hot
bro.
bagged it. That's what hot bag.
Hot bagging?
Yeah,
Holy
that's a hot bag.
Hot bag.
Wag
That's
bag.
crazy.
Tie
So-
that up.
You've got 3 boys and 1 girl in your band,
Yes.
and you guys all share the bus.
So I have my own bus. Have to do it. I've only started
you're
doing that in the
fucking
last like 2 years,
Wow.
though. It would never used to be like that. I love sharing a bus with the crew and the band because
Yeah.
like we're actually all good friends, so it makes sense.
But you need your privacy.
Yeah, especially like when I fly my wife out and my
Yeah,
dogs,
bro.
you know, when they come out. It's
Yeah.
I also need to rest the voice.
Yeah.
Throat coat.
I also don't want people
humidifiers.
looking at me and
That's what I'm
shit.
saying.
No,
That's what's up, dude.
Avert your
don't
eyes.
fucking.
Now, do you guys fly G5 together?
Yeah.
That'd be the whole band.
Yeah, so like usually the deal with that is that it's not worked into our deal anymore, but I got so used to it that I started like saving money, not spending it on stuff that I usually would, and being like, I'm going to use that toward the thing so we can fly everybody to the gig.
Sure.
Because it helps morale too.
Absolutely.
Helps you de-stress, like you're not as stressed when you show up to a gig and like everybody's
And it makes
stoked.
and the best part of it, the best one I ever did was flying into another country. So I flew into Canada, and then customs meets you
Oh my
Yeah.
god,
on the
so great.
on the fucking
And it's so quick.
yeah, and then they're like, "Welcome to Canada." You're like,
Yeah.
"This it? Like, that's worth
You don't have
it.
to wait in a line.
That's worth
There's no-
$60 million."
Absolutely.
to not
But
be around- oh.
let's talk pre Brendon has his own
Sure.
bus era. This is like a bunch of smelly dudes in a bus.
Jack
and you
and
guys
dicks.
Before we had a girl in the band, we had 4 guys in the band.
Yeah.
In the
And-
beginning, and we were sweaty teenagers in a van, in a conversion van, towing a trailer that's not supposed to. That's why the engine block cracked halfway through the tour. We had to buy a 50
Whoa.
passenger van. It was
Whoa.
really stinky though. But the great thing is we used to have these speakers in the conversion van that were so stupid. But you could angle them in certain places. So whoever was sleeping on this side was the loudest speaker. And that was right when some band, Avenged Sevenfold, came out with
Oh
a new
yeah,
album.
we're friends
Yeah.
with
Dude, they're so
yeah.
the nicest people. You put it back to that thing, and whoever was sleeping got really mad. But that's how you woke them up for their shift. It was like your turn to drive for 6 hours.
So you guys would take turns driving.
Brutal.
Yeah.
That's how much of a role. Like you
Yeah.
went from taking turns driving a passenger van to flying on G5s.
I know, that's fucked
pretty
up.
wild, man.
Pretty cool.
Hello, and thank you for watching that highlight. If you want to see more of those, we have them. They're provided for you. So enjoy. Just do a deep dive like you're trying to study us. Click on these and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, and then they'll just be delivered to you. You can watch them when they come out. Please do it.